Morning, everybody. Welcome to Walnut Lodge's Volant location. This is the Saturday morning flow. I see Millie's out there and Lori. Hey, you guys. Thank you for joining me on this cold morning. And again, one of the nice things about the online is that we don't have to go into the cold lodge this morning. So this really is a keeper. So last week I said that the class was going to be easy, and then Corey pointed out to me later in the day that it wasn't so easy. Today, though, it's going to be a lot of stretching. This is the end of the third week of intensives, and people have been working really hard. It's not that we're not going to work, but not a lot of arms today, a lot more just nice, easy stretching. All right, so you're going to need a bolster, a block, and a strap. We will be doing some things on our knees, so if you want a blanket for your knees, then grab that. All right, so we're going to start in a child pose with your arms extended, just settling down into the hips, releasing the back. Nice big inhales. And then come on up, move your hands in, sit back, and then pull your tailbone and let that pull you up onto your hands. So if you've been with me for the online intensives, I've worked this a little bit, And then once we get here, we're going to push our pelvis back. Push the pelvis, the sit bones back, push the pelvis into the thighs in an anterior tilt, and that's going to pull us back to this position. So spread your fingers nice and wide. You're going to tuck the tailbone and pull up, and let your shoulders just go to that place where your wrists are going to stretch. Reach your sit bones to the back. Feel the pelvis fold into your thighs and sit. So we're going to tuck our tailbone, pull, then reach the tailbone, and as you reach your tailbone, your chest is going to extend. Sit. Now we're going to add our feet. Pull the tailbone, come up, tuck your toes, sit bones back, fold into your feet, and there's your foot stretch. Pull the tailbone, you can point your feet, tuck the toes, and sit back, or you could just leave your feet there. So we're going to pull and come up and reach and sit back, and pull and come up and reach and sit back. Exhale, up, inhale, back. Exhale, forward, inhale, back. Exhale, forward, inhale, back. Exhale, pull, forward, inhale, reach, tailbone in, go forward, stretch the wrists, exhale, reach back. Exhale, sorry, it's hard to talk and breathe. Inhale, sit back. Couple more. Exhale, lead with the tailbone. Inhale, lead with your tailbone. Exhale, tailbone under. Inhale, tailbone back. Exhale, pull it up. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, pull it up. Inhale, reach it back. Last one. Exhale, pull it up. Stay here. Now just reach a little further forward. Rock back, reach a little forth. Rock back. Press your thumbs and index fingers. Reach. Rock back. Reach. Rock back. I keep moving my hands back. Reach. A little bit more. Just getting a little bit more stretch. Reach. Stay there. Breathe. Long neck. Elbows to the side. Fingers are pressing. You're going to feel that lower arm rolling in. Pull the shoulders back. A little bit more if you can. Tuck your toes. Sit back. Come all the way up if you can. And roll the wrists. One way and the other. All right, reach those arms forward again. Tuck the toes. We're just going to go right into a down dog. Push the tailbone back. Push through. And then immediately shift your weight to your right leg and press through that heel. Pull your quad. Feel your fingers and make these move. So you're just going to inhale. Feel the breath lift in the chest. Exhale, push through your heel. Keep going, own timing. Just trying to figure out, where all these parts are today. What's sore, what's not. Yeah, switch to the left leg. Push through the calf. Keep that quad lifted. Keep feeling the fingers. Press both. And then come down. Come down to the sit. Roll your wrists one more time. We're not going to be here very long. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use that tailbone pull to go from the down dog to the plank. Down dog to plank. So it's going to be pull the tailbone, exhale, go out long, get to that place where you feel like your wrists are in a good position, and then push the sit bones to the back into the down dog, right? Just nice and easy. A little bit of weight on the shoulders, not a lot of weight, a little bit more than the down dog. Just warming up, nice and slow. I'm a little sore. So spread them, fingers wide, roll the elbows to the outside. Come forward, tuck the toes, press up, sit bones back. All right, so we're going to inhale here. Exhale, pull your tailbone, and then that takes you out to this plank, and then lift the tailbone and pull yourself back to down dog. Exhale, pull, keep the guts, inhale, reach, push it back. Exhale, pull, keep your stomach, inhale, reach, push it back. Exhale, pull, keep your stomach, inhale, reach, push it back. Exhale, pull, keep your stomach, inhale, reach, push it back. Exhale, pull, keep your stomach, inhale, reach, push it back. Exhale, pull, keep your stomach, inhale, reach, push it back. Exhale, pull, keep your stomach, inhale, reach, just one more. Exhale, pull, keep your stomach, inhale, reach, and come down. Sit back. Let your wrists stretch if you need that. Couple breaths. Arms are waking up, core is waking up. So this tailbone pull and reach, arch curl, cat cow, my cat series. Actually, what I'm doing in foundations this time is kind of showing everybody through the work where the cats came from. And it's very basic. And then you put all those really good pieces together. So then you get here to this transition, and I never used the tailbone imagery before, but it works really well. I just used lift the stomach and pull the pubic bone. Same thing, trying to keep that low back supported. Now we're going to do 5 more, and we're going to go from plank to rod to plank to back. If you don't want to do that, you just do what we did. If you want to put your knees down, you put your knees down. Or you could throw your bolster out there and let your body land on the bolster. Or you can do the full rod. We're only going to do 5, just again to say a little, talk a little bit more to our arms, all right? So reach forward, tuck the toes, press back. Legs together. Take an inhale. Exhale, tuck your tailbone. Come out to plank, down to rod, push up, reach back. So the breath pattern, inhale, exhale, tuck the tailbone all the way down, inhale, all the way back. Tuck the tailbone all the way down, inhale, push it back. Tuck the tailbone all the way down, inhale, push it back. Tuck the tailbone all the way down, inhale. One more. Tuck the tailbone all the way down, inhale, push it back. Come down. Shake that out. I think those are really fun and they're really quite useful. All right, so going back to that down dog, just to kind of pull it into the series. Just lift the sit bones, just a couple of breaths here. After that, work on the arms. Staying here, just focusing on feeling that line reach from your hands to your sit bones. Fold the pelvis. I can hear Corey saying this isn't easier, but now it's going to be. So we're going to pull our right knee down. It's parallel, right? And come down to your elbows. And just squash into your thigh. Feel your joint. And then all we're going to do is just roll it a bit. In, out. In. We're not in a pigeon yet. We're just kind of feeling these parts. How are our hips doing? Now, go to out, all the way till that sit bone's on the ground. Relax the back leg, and then just feel that left rib cage trying to pull into that knee. So pretty much we're in a twist. It's a baby twist. Not here very long. Now pull. You can use your arms to push. Now we're going to go over to the other side. So hip down. This time keep your elbows. Now push your chest forward. Push your chest forward. So you're feeling that hip flexor open on that left side. Just sagging into that hip socket. Roll back center. And now just hip down. Thigh down, hip down, thigh down, and your spine is going side to side, so you can kind of emphasize that. So I'm side bending right, side bending left. And if you take your focus back, that'll make that even a little bit more apparent that you have that side bend going. Stay here with your thigh down, elbows down. Now look back. Look back. Push off of your elbow. So you're in a twist, and then your right shoulder's coming up a bit. Now breathe down into that left side. If you're tight there, if your quadratus is tight, if your stomach's a little tight, your hip flexor's a little tight, you might feel a pull from your hip to the bottom of your rib cage. Couple more breaths here. And then pull yourself center, right down. Here we're just going to stay. Just release. And then you're going to just try to take your chest and head all the way down. Couple breaths here. Now your weight is on your right sit bone. Your knee is bent pretty much maximum. Now I want you to just creep your foot out to so that your knee is at 45, and then go back down, and you'll feel more of a hip stretch. We're not into a complete pigeon position. My hip is way up, so I'm just testing out, just putting a little bit more stretch on that right hip. If you can go all the way to parallel with the shin to the long end of your mat, then do that. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to take this left side of the rib cage, and then on the exhale, just try to pull it down towards that thigh. So stay down there, and I can feel my hip and my glute on a stretch. My right hip, I've rolled too far to the right to get that front of my left hip stretched. So for some people this is not a stretch, but this is a stretch for me. So this is kind of how we're going to work into the next position. Just stay here, couple more breaths, feeling that attachment into the sit bones, and then through your hip into the glute. Or through the low back, I should say, into the glute. Now creep your left leg, that back leg, just straight. My knee's coming off the ground. And then I want you to pull the knee totally straight and flex your ankle. Then take your toes, roll the toes up to the ceiling, and then roll the toes to parallel. Roll the toes up and roll them down. So you're going to add the rotation in the hip. Torso will come more to parallel, and then you're going to rotate that leg and kind of go back to where you were. A couple more. Really try to feel that heel. Reach out that joint. All we're doing is figuring out how to rotate that socket. It feels good. It's not a big stretch. It's just a mobilization in this weird position. Now we can, as we rotate, sit. And then as you rotate down, you can come back to here. So we're going to rotate the toes, Take your hand, push it into your socket, sit. Push the toes, rotate the thigh down to where you were. Couple more. Heel, heel and hip socket. And then rotate down, just one more. Heel and hip socket. It just feels good. And rotate down. Now pull this leg in, come up. Tuck your toe here. You're on your shin. Straighten your leg. Come up onto your hands. Straighten that leg. Lift your chest. Maybe I need some clips for my hair. Lift your chest. Push through your heel. You can see my heel. I'm in a modified pigeon. All I'm doing is really figuring out how tight that left hip is. The front of that hip. So your toe is tucked. Your knee is straight. This is going to work if you bend your knee. Now you're going to roll towards your right. We did that before. Look back. Come center. Roll, and what you start to feel is that left hip stretching side. Come center. Roll. Come center. Now some of you will be able to put your thigh right down on the ground here. I'm not there yet. Center. Again. Look to your right. Roll that leg. I'm getting close. Center. Again. Keep that quad. Roll up. I can feel my knee. Center. Roll it down. Keep the knee. Center. Last one. Roll it down. Keep your knee. Stay there. Keep it straight. Keep your chest. Keep pushing through your heel. Come back centered. Keep your toe tucked. Push up. Down dog. Couple of breaths. So you're really uneven. And then you're going to take that left leg down. Come down onto your elbows. Sink down, parallel. You're on a parallel shin. And then we start just a couple inches to the right, couple inches to the left. Relax in your socket. Make this easy. It's counterproductive not to relax here, because what we want is we want to loosen the joint. We don't want to keep it tight and then just grind the hip side to side. We want that motion to be easy. So feel 1/4 of an inch and let that go. Feel 1/4 of an inch. Just feel 1/4 of an inch. Make it as smooth and as fluid as you can, releasing the whole time. Now we're going to take that all the way over to the left. See where we are. Elbows down. I can hardly even get my elbow down on this side. So we'll just give it a couple of breaths. Feel the twist of it. There we go. Now we're going to gather ourselves slowly, roll through that position, and then go over to that right thigh, elbows stay, and then you're going to lift your chest forward and up. You can feel that right hip. I can't feel the hip flexor on this side as much, but I feel the side from the hip crest to the ribs. Keep your chest reaching forward, relaxing that left socket. Now, take your face to the left, push away from that arm, find a little bit of a twist. And then glide yourself to the center. And then we're gonna go down to the left. You're gonna look right, and then to the thigh, and to the hip, and to the thigh, and to the hip. And if you wanted to be up on your hands, you could. And I like it better on the elbow and thigh. And feel the side stretch and side. And hip left, thigh right. Couple more. Hip left, thigh right. Last one. Hip left, staying here. So take that lower leg, move it out. 45, 90, that's shin to the end of your mat. Let that hip stretch. Feel the twist of it. Your knee is really safe here because it can't go past the floor. So you can really feel the isolation in the hip, because now the hip is stable, the knee is stable on the floor. So any movement that you make to increase that stretch comes from taking that top hip and rolling it down. And then you won't stress your knee, you just won't go any further because your hip will be coming down towards the thigh. Now we're going to take that back leg, flex the ankle, straighten the knee. I know it's hard to see this. And then just roll the toes towards the ceiling with that knee totally straight. That right hip will come up. Now roll the toes down. Roll the toes up. See how much rotation you can get without your pelvis moving. Yep, so for people that are coming to ballet class later, this is kind of what we have worked on last week. how much rotation do you have before that hip starts moving? Because that's really all the rotation that you have. So we're working our rotation in the leg, and then you're just rotating actually up on the other hip. All right, and then you're rotating down. For our purposes here, you just really want to feel that joint open and then rotate it down. It feels good. I call this luscious movement because it just feels good. You're going through these ranges of motion that you have. You're trying to figure out, you know, if you're sore, what it feels like. This is a good kind of class to do after 3 weeks of hard work. Now we're going to add that sit. So rotate up, then take that right hip and press it down towards the floor, and you automatically come up. And then you're going to take the toes down. That'll start the rotation and back onto that elbow. So rotate and sit and rotate and over. And you can feel that in your low back. It's very gentle. Rotate and sit and rotate and down and rotate and sit and rotate and down. Just 2 more. Rotate, and then enjoy that flexion in the hip. Relax there and rotate and down. 1 more. Rotate and sit and rotate and down. Now, take that knee, pull it back into your maximum flexion. Then we're going to roll back up onto your shin. Get yourself parallel. Tuck your back toe. Stretch it to straight. Coming up on your hands. All right, chest lift. Feel that line open. And then we're going to do that half. So we're not going to twist both ways. We just go to the right and back. Trying to keep that right leg straight. Down and back. Down, back. Down, back. Down, back. Just letting that hip open. And as that hip opens, that thigh gets closer. Don't let your knee go. If you let your knee go, you definitely can get your knee to the ground. Just keep working the hip, couple more. And then if you need to, you can release that knee. See, my thigh's now down. But if you don't really work that knee, that thigh doesn't ever have a chance to go down. On this one, stay. Keep pushing through your heel. You can feel that hip stretch. Quad's working. Let go of your hip. Work your quad. Let go of your hip. Let go of both hips. And then we're going to come back to center. Press back. Down dog. Push through your heels. You should feel a little more even. And come down to your shins. Just sit. What's different? It's always good to assess. And then to get a drink of water. All right, getting your strap. You want to make a shoulder width loop. So what we just did was, a nice easy stretch through the front and the side plane of the hip, and now we're going to take that up a little higher into the ribs and the armpit. We'll add them together. So mine's already there. So shoulder width loop here in your arms, for your arms. If you don't have a loop, then just grab the ends of your strap. It'll be the same basically. So gonna come up onto our knees, move back a little bit. Knees together, feet together. So first, just push your sit bones forward. And feel the down and the forward of it. So if this is tight, you're going to kind of push against the tightness of your quads. And just keep your tailbone dropping down. All right, press out on your strap. Roll your shoulders back. Get that chest up, feel your sternum reaching. Couple big breaths right here, rolling the shoulders back. So, if you've been with me all week, we started this week trying to get a little bit more chest with the arms, trying to access the upper back. Without the cobras and all that pre-work there though, I'm having a hard time. Keep pushing out. I think my strap's just a little small. That's better. Pull. Shoulders are rolling. Get it. One more. Roll the shoulders. Get the chest. Tailbone down. Breathe big into the front of the shoulder. Feel the blades going down and then take the arms up. Pull them back. Stomach up, tailbone down. Push out. Inhale, push out. You can look up to the high corner of your room. Inhale, push out. Feel the ribs lift as the arms push. Again, inhale, push out. Feel the front body. Again, inhale, push out. Lifting the ribs, keeping your pubic bone pulling towards your waist. Don't let yourself cave in the back. Inhale, push up. Just little openings. Exhale again. Inhale, push up. Big breath. Exhale. And again, inhale, push up. Exhale, last one. Inhale, push out and up. And release the arms down. Feel them release into the shoulders. And then we're going to just come down to sit. Let the arms go. Couple breaths. So once you start using your arms to open the chest a little bit, it becomes more effective, but if you can get more motion, you can be sore there. So we're going to take our hands behind us now. You can interlace your fingers, or you can use that strap that we just used. So if you use the strap, you're just going to take your hands and push them in. Just like you did, right? Elbows to the side. And we're going to do the same thing. What's kind of nice here, with either hand position, is your hands are on your sacrum. So as you push down, you can feel the whole pelvis pushing down towards the floor. Sit bones towards the floor. Pubic bone up towards your chest. So we do a couple more here. Inhale, up. Exhale, pull your stomach. Inhale, chest up, push out on the strap and reach down for your knees. Exhale. Inhale, push. Exhale. Inhale, chest. Exhale, stomach. Inhale, chest. Exhale, stomach. Two more. Inhale, chest. Exhale, pull your stomach. One more. Inhale, chest. Exhale, pull, release. And come to sitting. Just this neutral sit in between. Folding down, relaxing the knees. Now, if you're having trouble with your knees, if this is too difficult, you can do this standing. You could also do it sitting on a chair. I'm doing this on my knees because we're going to be going into the gate here in a couple minutes. And you can also do the gate standing, putting your foot, instead of on the floor, on your couch or on a chair. So it can be modified. And again, because of this format, I can't really answer questions as I'm going. So if you have questions after, make sure to get to me and I will definitely get back to you. All right, so we're going to do that just one more time. Same thing. So shoulder width, come up. Tailbone down, hips are starting to open. Chest is starting to open. Press open, roll the shoulders. And take the arms up. All right? Same thing. Inhale, push open on the strap. Breathe up, look at the high corner of the room. Exhale, tailbone down. Maybe your pelvis goes forward. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. Inhale, push. If you have a good arch, you can look at the ceiling. Pull. It's still, though, just the arms and the upper back. Inhale. Exhale, pull. One more. Inhale. Exhale, pull. I was wrong. Two more. Inhale. Push open on that strap. Exhale, pull. Here's the last one of the push. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. Now, just drop your head to your chest. Keep reaching out the arms. You'll come up a little bit. Now relax your shoulder blades down your back. See if you can get them to release a bit. Now take that left hand and stretch it straight up. So you're going to side bend to the right. Your right arm is straight. We're not doing the gate yet. Just take a couple breaths into that left rib cage. Don't let that arm come forward. Keep it right by your ear. That left arm up. Exhale. Feel it go down to your hip. Just easy. Focus on the breath going up. Breath going up into the ribs. One more. Pull yourself to vertical. And even that much. Can you feel how much that left side is dropped down? Push that right side up. We're not trying to go big side. We're trying to go open and up on the right rib cage. So inhale, open the ribs, breathe it up. Exhale. Again, inhale, just the ribs. into the armpit, exhale. Again, inhale, up, ribs, exhale. One more. Inhale, straight up. Exhale. Pull yourself to vertical. Shoulders down. And come to a sitting position. Just relax. Try to feel the breath now up. So we've gone, we've done these gentle stretches, side, side, front, back, hip, and shoulders and chest. We have one more behind us. So if you have a camel, as you keep pushing the chest up, you can reach your hands down to your feet if you want, or down to your calves. This is the last one of these. So come on up. Hands back. Either use your strap or interlace. If you're going to camel, it's kind of nice. The strap is kind of nice because it's pretty much the same exact width as your feet, so you don't have to change anything. All right, so the main thing here is really keeping that tailbone dropping down and forward. So just do that first. Drop the tailbone down. Feel the hips open. Feel that front of those thighs. Lift your belly. Inhale, chest forward and out. Reach the arms down. Exhale, pull your stomach, sit bones drive. Inhale, up. Exhale, pelvis. Inhale, ribs up. Exhale, pull your stomach. Inhale, ribs up. Exhale, pull. Drop back to camel if you want. Inhale, ribs up. Exhale, pull. Keep breathing. Inhale, ribs up, shoulders down. Exhale, pull. What are we pulling? Pubic bone. Inhale, ribs. Exhale, sit bones forward, stomach in. Couple more. Last one. And then push forward. Release your hands. And then coming again to sit. This time we'll sit and then just take it down into a child pose. So rock yourself forward. Now, remember from this week, for those of you that are a little sticky and have a hard time going right from one to the other, stop here and then pull your tailbone, push the tailbone out. Pull it in, push it out. Just a couple times usually does it, and then down. Breathe into the ribs, sink into your hips. Roll yourself up. Tuck your toes. Now press back. Into a squat. legs are parallel, so my heels aren't down all the way, but I want you to just keep your legs parallel here. So just let your ankles stretch, let your chest come forward. Now shift yourself forward, put some weight on the hands, and then lift the hips up. Stretch your legs to straight. Now, if you have knee issues, cartilage issues, going up and down from that deep squat isn't really that good for you. Squats are good for you, but you don't want to take those knees into the place where anything slacks up, so you don't want to go past 90. If you don't have knee problems, they're good. Now, being down there is good. It's just the transition from down to up. So all this deep knee flexion is really good for people that have knee issues, but what isn't good is going from up all the way down. I'm going to do one to this relaxed place a lot of times. Now, I always say that squat is the one thing that you should do. Absolutely. It's one of the best exercises for your whole lower body and your back position. But if you do have those issues with your knees, then when you come out of this, just shift your weight more onto your hands to take the load out of the legs. All right, and if you have major, issues, then, you're not even in this place. So we're going to just stretch our hands, reach our hands forward, and then just lift the hips up, little weight in the hands, and then come to straight legs. So we're just kind of in a little bit of a forward bend. Knees. Let's just take our feet parallel. Now, bend the knees a bit, flatten your back out. Arms on your, actually take your feet a little bit wider. Arms on your knees, flatten your back out. And we're just going to let our thighs work here. So your pelvis is pushing into your thighs, sit bones are back. You're looking at your legs, your shins are parallel. Your 3 points of your feet are working so that the arch is lifted. Your knees going right over your ankles. We're just a little back of 90 with the hips. So bend the knees just a little bit, but mainly fold into your pelvis. And we're going to breathe here first with our arms just right here. Now you can keep your arms here if you want, or you can take them back here, or you can take them here. So either here, here, or here. Here's just, I'm using the weight of my arms as just a little bit of work. Here it's a little bit more. Breathe. Keep folding. Feel your quads work. Keep breathing. Chest. Pull hip back. Watch your feet. And hands down, shift forward into the hands, straighten the legs. Pull your quads, sit bones lift. Now pull the feet completely together. Easy forward bend. And then coming down, easy to the mat. So, hopefully that was enough to have your thighs work, right? Get a little bit of a burn in there, and they feel a little looser. You slip side to side. All right, maybe a little drink. Grab your strap. So we're going to use the strap for the first part of this. Come up onto your knees. Take your foot to the side. Now it's not to the side. My side is back here. So I would say the angle between my arm stretching out to the side and my leg is about 45 degrees. Your standing hip is open, so your sit bone is dropping down. If this bothers your knee, being on it, grab a blanket. All right. Kind of putting everything together so far that we've worked. Hands in your strap. Lift your chest, shoulders down. Push open on your strap. Inhale, feel the blades integrate. Arms come up. Pull them back. Now they don't have to go further back than your ears, but try to keep them there. Keep your chest lifted. Left sit bone down. So taking that left arm straight up to the ceiling. Inhale, it goes up. Exhale, over. From the knee to the hand. Inhale, go out. Exhale, over. Again. Inhale, out. Exhale, over. Again. Inhale, reach. Exhale, over. Inhale, reach. You can feel the tissues pull. Exhale, over. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, over. Two more. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, over. Last one. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, over. Now take your right arm out, put it on your shin. Take the left arm straight up. You can look up or straight down. And then you can fold a little bit more. First part, my torso is directly side in that reach. And now there's a little bit of forward here, but not much. It's mainly I'm just going down. Now take that top arm and reach it back a little bit. Try to find a little bit of upper back rotation. Now slowly, 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 energize, push into that standing knee, pull yourself to vertical. Now, we're going to put our hand down on the floor, lift up, and you're just going to slowly rotate to the other side, hand down. Push your pelvis forward, so push that left hip forward. Take that top arm, reach it along your ear. And just feel that side stretch. And then drop, last thing is drop your left ear to your shoulder. It's not a big deal. Breathe big into that top rib. Now we're going to pull our right toe to our left toe. And then we're going to squeeze our knees together. As you squeeze your knees together, your torso rotates to your left. Keep it to the left. You're going to sit on your feet, grab your shin, and then roll that right sit bone to the floor. A sitting version of what we started with. Hold on to that shin. You're in a twist. Breathe. Try to release into the twist as much as you can. Now, excuse me, release that. And we're going to roll onto our knees. Tuck the toes. And then just press back, down dog. Easy down dog. Lift the hips up. Push through your heels. Relax your neck. Breathe. Pushing the sit bones to the back. Feeling your pelvis push into the tops of your thighs. And come down. So, that whole thing on the other side. I really like the gait. It's complicated though. There's a lot of pieces to it. So coming up onto our knees, take our left leg to the side. And remember, side is not side. Side is pretty much 45 to the front from the side of just reaching your arms out straight. All right. Grab your strap. So we've kind of worked all the pieces of this first. And, you know, my intention always was to hold it a long time. And it's kind of nice to be a little bit warm so you can find all those places. But remember, this standing hip, it doesn't go back. The standing hip stays where it is. This first part is a side bend. We're not twisting. All right? We're staying as side as we can. Once our hand gets down onto the leg, we're still side bending. At that point, there might be a little bit of a twist, but, you know, we're not turning and folding into that leg in a front position. All right. Excuse me. Wrist through, press open, shoulder blades down, arms up, beside the ears. Stretching that right side. Right arm goes up. Exhale, side bend left. Keep your foot pressing into the floor. Keep that knee pulling up. Inhale, push out that right arm. Exhale, over. Inhale, push out that right arm. Exhale. Inhale, push out. Exhale. Inhale, push out, feel that stretch. Exhale, couple more. Inhale, push straight out. Exhale, over a little bit more, 2 more. Inhale, push out. Exhale, 1 more. Inhale, push out. Exhale, take that left arm down. Stretch that right arm up. Look up or look down. Keep the twist. And then just let yourself go. Keep opening that right arm though. You don't want your ribs collapsing to the front. You're trying to stay as side as you can. Now slowly we're coming up. Push down into that right knee and back up onto that right leg. So we're going to take our right arm down to the ground, nice and slow, up and over. Hand goes to the ground. Take your left arm by your ear. And then just breathe into that top rib. Keep reaching out. Keep pushing that right hip forward. Now pull the left toes to the right toes. Feel your left hip go forward. Now close that left knee into the right knee. That'll twist you to the right. Come to sitting. Grab a hold of your shin and then come off of the legs to the left. Twist. Breathe. And release that. Coming back onto the knees. Hands down. Tuck the toes. Press back. Down dog. Breathe. And then coming down onto your shins again. This is the last thing on the shins, so if you're tired of this. We're going to go into one more upper back arch, or it could be a camel. So you can take your bolster and put this on your shins, or actually the back of your calves. And then you can use that to press down on. If you want to use a strap, you can. This is our last one. If you want to go, if you already have done a camel and you'd like to go down further, head to the ground, do that. This is just going to kind of finish off the torso, because the gates are, you know, pretty big side, and now we're just going to finish off with a bigger back extension. All right, so hands back behind you, interlace the fingers or use the strap, roll the shoulders open. If you're using the bolster, your hands are going to go down to the bolster. If you're not using the bolster, your hands are going to go down to your feet. So we'll just do 2 preps. Inhale, open, push open on the strap, roll the shoulders, feel the front of the chest, breathe. Exhale, pull your stomach. One more. Inhale. Up. Exhale. Now look up. Inhale. Up. Exhale. Reach down for your bolster or your feet. Now push down on whatever you have. Inhale. Inhale. Keep pushing down. Inhale, come up. Sit. Nice and slow into the sockets. Come forward. Press the toes into the ground and then rock back into a parallel squat. Heels down if you can. If not, don't worry about it. Keep your arms on the outsides of your legs. And then just let the sit bones drop down towards the ground. Drop your head. You can open your knees if you want. We're not going into a garland, but you can just let your torso drop down a little further. And then hands down, rock forward, stretch the legs to straight, breathe. Lift the sit bones. And come down. All right. Now grab your bolster. And we're going to stretch our right leg forward. Pull that left leg back into a half hero. Now, if this doesn't give you any stretch, this half hero recline, then just go into a full hero, and then when we change sides, you can come up and go back down if you want. Or else you could just do this, because we're just going to try to release a little bit, but we're going to put the bolster perpendicular so that we're also going to let ourselves back arch. For some of you, you might need your block for your head, all right? So, elbows back, knee down. Your heel is really close to your hip. You're going to try to roll that right thigh in and then pull the inner thigh back and in to your socket. So you feel this big stretch. Maybe some of you don't feel anything. And then you're just going to go back. If you need the block, you put your block here. Throw your arms out to the side and just breathe. Big breaths into your ribs. Now to come out of this, we're going to roll to our right. And straighten the leg. Pull your knee up. And then come to sitting. And other leg back. Roll the thigh in. Try to get that hip down as best as you can. And then back you go. Slowly roll to your left. Straighten that right leg. Pull your kneecap. And come to sitting. Grab your bolster. Pull it around to the front. Take your legs into a little straddle. Just a little straddle. And over you go. lengthen and come up. Turn the bolster the other way. Throw your legs up on it, right? We're just going to roll down for a 1-minute corpse. And release. You're back. Big inhale. Exhale, roll to your right side. And press yourself up. That's it for this cold January day. Enjoy the rest of it. Thank you for your support. Namaste.